A leaked Pentagon image shows a UFO, a silver cube, hovering over the Atlantic. They said this is alien technology. We've had the nimitz encounters over the Pacific Ocean in 2004 off San Diego. This time, this is an encounter over the Atlantic Ocean. The existence of 2 classified Pentagon reports on UFOs has been leaked online, the contents of which include a photo showing an alien spacecraft hovering over the Atlantic Ocean. Kindly support my Patreon channel because YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. I will be uploading at least 5 videos a day. They will be totally different from the videos that I have on my regular YouTube channel. I hope you'll find them interesting, and you'll find the Patreon link in the description box below each video. Thank you. This is the image of the cube, the silver cube over the Atlantic. The DoD's Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force issued the 2 classified intelligence position reports in 2018 and 2020. They circulated in the U.S. intelligence community according to a report from the debrief based on interviews with multiple insiders. The report's contents include a genuine UFO photo that has never been seen by the public before, accounts of unidentified aerial phenomena UAP emerging from the ocean, in other words, it came from under the water, and soaring through the sky, and an admission that alien origins for UFOs cannot be ruled out. And the picture of this image, this silver cube UFO, was taken at the height of 30,000 feet. Now, UFO investigator for the Ministry of Defense, Nick Pope, said to the reporters, "These revelations are extraordinary and give the public a genuine peek behind the curtain when it comes to how the U.S. government is handling the UFO issue." And he said what this new information does is confirm that the U.S. government is taking the UFO phenomenon more seriously than ever before. "I anticipate further revelations shortly," he said. Daily Mail reports the Pentagon did not immediately respond to any inquiry from Daily Mail requesting confirmation of the existence of the 2 position reports, as well as the authenticity of the leaked cockpit photo included in one of the reports. The leaked photo, published by the debrief on Thursday, was included in the 2018 position report, 2 DoD and 1 intelligence source told the outlet. The leaked photo was captured in 2018 off the east coast of the United States by a military pilot using a cell phone camera, the source said. The photo was previously, so if he used a cell phone, that means this thing was up there quite a few minutes, well, seconds at least, long enough for him to zip out his cell phone and take a picture of this. The photo was previously described as depicting an unidentified silver cube-shaped object hovering over the ocean at an altitude of roughly 30 to 35,000 feet. It appears that the image was captured by the backseat weapon systems operator of what appears to be an F-18 fighter jet. Experts were baffled by the photo, but noted that the object somewhat resembles a GPS drop sonde, an atmospheric profiling device designed to be dropped from aircraft typically over a hurricane. But the object in the photo does not have the GPS transponder dangling from it, as a drop sonde does, and drop sondes plunge towards the Earth at 10 to 12 meters per second rather than hover in the air. So it's possible that the object is some other kind of weather balloon, but the Pentagon task force found it baffling enough to include it in their report. The 2018 report is said to have provided a general overview of the UAP topic and included details of previous military encounters, as well as a frank admission that the origin of any UAP could not be determined, as well as offering a list of other, more prosaic explanations. The report expressly stated that there was a legitimate possibility that the UAP represented alien or non-human technology, advanced extraterrestrial technology, in other words. Even more shocking were the revelations contained in a second revised report issued by the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force earlier this year. The report delved deeply into the possibility that UAP are able to freely move both through the air and underwater, zipping through the ocean undetected and emerging into the air at incredible speeds. The report contained an extremely clear photograph of an unidentified triangular aircraft that emerged from the ocean in front of an FA-18 Hornet fighter pilot, according to the debrief source. The photo has not been leaked publicly, but artist and researcher Dave Beaty's recreation shows that it, as described by sources, a large equilateral triangle with rounded or blunted edges and large, perfectly spherical white lights in each corner. The encounter occurred off the East Coast in 2019, according to officials who had seen the latest report. Two officials said the photo was taken after the triangular craft emerged from the ocean and shot straight upwards into the sky. Officials say the latest report focused specifically on the possibility of transmedium aircraft that are able to operate both underwater and in the air. It's not the first time that military sightings have suggested the existence of transmedium UAP. In 2017, former Navy Commander David Fravor spoke out about the infamous USS Nimitz Tic Tac encounter that occurred over the Pacific in 2004. Fravor says he was flying in an FA-18F Super Hornet when he made visible contact with the object, which seemed to be just below the water, before it emerged and sped out of sight when he tried to approach it. The object was smooth, white, and oblong, and had no visible wings or engines. Fravor said, he told New York Times, the experience left him pretty weirded out. In August of this year, the Pentagon officially acknowledged the existence of Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, which authored the two newly revealed reports. The Department of Defense and the military departments take any incursions by unauthorized aircraft into our training ranges or designated airspace very seriously and examine each report, the Pentagon said in their statement at that time. But an internal email obtained by the debrief shows that almost 1 year before the DoD's announcement, the highest levels of the U.S. military were already being debriefed on UAP. The email obtained through a FOIA request shows October 16, 2019, exchange between former Vice Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Robert Burke and current Vice Chief of Staff for the Air Force General Steve Wilson. Admiral Burke tells General Wilson, recommend you take the brief I just received from our Director of Naval Intelligence, VADM Matt Kohler, on unidentified aerial phenomenon UAP. SecNav, Secretary of Navy, will get the same brief tomorrow at 10:00 hours. The SecNav would have been the Secretary of Navy Richard V. Spencer, who was fired about a month later over disputes about the court-martial of Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher. Last year, the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence received its own classified briefing on UAP, and the committee has asked the Pentagon to release an unclassified report on such encounters. The request is not binding, though. People knew the Senate Intelligence Committee had demanded a report from the Director of National Intelligence and that an unidentified aerial phenomenon task force has been set up, Pope, the British UFO expert, explained. He said, what we now have is an insight into what's going on behind the scenes and what this task force has been doing. I was genuinely surprised to see some of this information in an open source publication, and I think some people within the defense and intelligence community are sailing very close to the wind here and discussing matters that are highly classified, Pope said. He said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a leak inquiry going on at the Pentagon over this. While the intelligence community is required to grant Congress access to classified information, only the executive branch has the authority to declassify national security information in order to make it public. President Trump has hinted he knows some great secret about UFOs that he might declassify, said Pope. This might turn out to be the ultimate monkey wrench for the new administration. This is by Neam Harris on News Punch. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.